We are looking for a fridge, apparently, guys. It looks like we found it inside this big bear. So Annette's probably snuck back here at some point, but she told us about this. So in the last episode, we failed miserably with a few more red checks. We asked Kuno for help with looking for a fridge, but it turned out, even though we failed that check, didn't get a fridge location for our body from him. We found one here underneath or next to the bookstore. We did some paranormal investigating. We convinced Annette's mum, whose name I've just forgotten again, ends in an S. Anyway, we convinced her to let us down here, even though she believes the place is cursed. There's like a financial curse going on in the area. Annette said that there was some sort of big bear fridge, and I'm guessing that's what this is. So there's a furnace here as well, but this is the fridge that we are looking for, right, fellas? Shine the light in Kimmy's eyes.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly.
Yeah.
The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
Okay, this is a little eerie, right? Maybe we should look around first. Crack open the
A
door.
gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Perfect.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kimmy.
Of course. A giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
Let's take a look.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City.
Okay.
A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
So it maybe used to be an ice cream parlor or something like that. This is clearly the fridge. It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can.
That's true.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
We're not going to need Measurehead. I never want to speak to Measurehead again. Let's do it, Kimmy.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement. Then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
I was expecting some sort of savoir-faire check then for sneaking here, but...
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
Really? You think it's good work? Yeah, he's being sarcastic. I'm not sure I believe you.
Of course you don't. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in an ice bear fridge. This does not leave this room.
I'm bringing shame on Kimmy's career.
He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
I think this is a glorious achievement and people need to hear about it. We did our best with the means at our disposal. Yeah, I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge. This isn't police work, Kim. It's art. We're artists, and this was our vision. We did our best with the means at our disposal.
Did we though? Okay, maybe we did.
Hey, you missed the shot on the rope. We had to get Measurehead for help. We haven't found enough evidence yet to send him off. We need to investigate more.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Yes.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Establish probable cause. So we've done that too soon then. Bag him, take him away, Kim. Let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination. Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Have a look at one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge or the decomposing body in it. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. Even under this stench, you can feel it.
Okay, we're going to need some perception boosts. It's a white check though. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place? Well, it's an ice cream parlor.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
Lucky us. Indeed. Refrigerated meat is much better for coroner's work.
Right. I'll come back here when Kimmy's gone to bed. Let's have a look around. An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Interesting. Let's just have a look around first. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Did we turn the power on? We're in a horror film now. Some money, some Nosafed. I really hope we don't have to pay money for our room just to convince Kimmy we're going to bed. We picked up a note, yeah? Oh, we can interact with it. Interesting. We'll do that shortly. That's just a finished quest, right? Right, let's pilfer this place. What have we got here?
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Okay, we don't know what we need this for just yet. Oh, that's an exit. Intercom wires running to the breaker box. Insane mesh tank top. Wants a drama. Nice. I really enjoyed that whole bit in the last episode. You could probably tell. With the bookshop owner lady. You know, drama kind of overriding authority. I really appreciated that. At the minute we've got conceptualization. Oh, but we're losing one to suggestion, so I might stick this on. We've got the -2 to authority shirt, which I don't like authority, but it is useful. Physical instrument or I'm going to take the drama. Oh no, that is wrist. That is horrible. Oh dear, Henry. Henry. The mesh. That is a bit too much right there. Our trousers. Don't want electrochemistry. Why have I put these back on? Oh right, because yeah, composure, savoir-faire, savoir-faire. We need some better pants, dude. I like the interfacing boost. Yeah. Alright, let's have a look around. There's obviously something we can do with the power. We're not obviously not going to turn the fridge off. Some money on the floor. I mean, it'd be funny if Annette sneaks down here and makes ice cream, because I don't know why the ice cream company would leave anything on. A cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street. So let's go into the secret room. What is that? 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off. revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around the secret room. Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment. Yeah, where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
He points up at the rifles under the ceiling. Maybe we could sell them. I don't know. Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Let's inspect them.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
I don't have a choice. This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
An old Belmagrave from the Revolution, the lieutenant notes with approval. His eyes are gleaming. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. The dialogue didn't match that then, did it? What does this mean? A rifle here? Like he said, from the Revolution, probably.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Maybe.
He likes this find. A few bricks have fallen.
Okay, items. A broken Belmagrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. It's not worth. Oh, it's worth $3.90. It's not that much, I suppose. Okay, so what else can we turn on? We've got the furnace over here, right? And we know that there's part of the curse is to do with the furnace, right? The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Smear your hands with coal. Kick it with your foot. Look inside. Kim, is this a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Let's take a look.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating, or maybe it's the entity. I hear the murderer of the hanged man talking. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear some talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Bald Slipstream SCA again. Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Placence, there you go. Placence said it lives in a chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Fine. Why would I smear my hands with coal? Wait. I've got some physical instrument buffs.
Jamais vu.
Oh, yeah.
Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
+1 XP for every orb clicked. Thought is that. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. That's pretty good. Beautiful. So we just need to bump up our physical instrument. We might have had one more. Yeah. Oh, they're both shirts.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Smear my hands with coal?
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramout Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Hadrumut Karzi, smear your cheeks with black coal. No, let's not express ourselves. Let's just wipe our hands clean on our pants. No, let's do it.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
Oh, he trusts me. No.
You can feel your cheeks turn red under the lieutenant's gaze. You look like a kid, not a police officer. Even the war paint can't conceal the embarrassment.
Is that a red check? Oh.
Thank you. So, where were we?
I'm really annoyed about that. Man, how many 75% ones are we gonna miss? Cold Slipstream SCA again. Hit me.
You muster all your strength and yell. Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry croak. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
Kick it. Oh no.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Let's try again.
Something breaks
Finally.
loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello? You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there? I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit. Hello? Are you there? Speak to me. Let's go with a bit of drama. I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit. Hello? Did you say anything? There's a pause. I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Sweet. I wanted to maybe try... I don't think we got a password, did we? to communicate with the role-playing radio thing. Oh, I didn't go through here though, did I? Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. The floorboards creak. Cans? Postcard. La Delta 51. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist. Vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. Postcard is prepaid. I needed to interact with something. Wait, we can interact with the map. We've interacted with you. We haven't interacted with the chewing gum. We've got a bunch of interacts to do, guys. I need to remember them. I'm a little surprised I forgot about them. Who the hell is this? Is that the person who just spoke to us? Doesn't look like a lady, does it? This tray is full of dice, colourful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Someone's still working on the game. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Hello there.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits... Oh, it's a headscarf. I thought it was like a mullet from behind them, but it's a headscarf. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Okay. Hold on, what do you mean by Melius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
She's got a really innocent sounding voice. You must have confused me with someone else. I didn't knock.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker.
She says.
Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice. Maybe, I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously, answers. I'm not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer and I need to ask some questions. She seems nice. I don't know where lying to is going to get us. Man, the music in here is awesome. I'm just sorry, I was zoning out to the music. I don't want to be too direct with her. She seems nice. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was
Okay.
a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you play RPGs yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
What do you know about the man who was hanged behind the wailing in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus? You never took your eyes off the work to look out the window? Do you often work on Sunday nights? What kind of ruckus? Kuno?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Mm-hmm.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
She looks up at the window, pale light comes in. You never looked up at any moment?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we anyway? What is this place, this room?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
No.
Creative.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone's gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Whoa, okay. What happened to the hair salon?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? Customers should have been more open-minded. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even if my life depended on it. I guess I'm a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles. Yeah, bit of experimenting, nothing wrong with that.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
We're in a more pragmatic era, I suppose. What do I know about haircuts at this point in my life, right? What about the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitap?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Yeah, maybe Kuno needed an outlet like that.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
So you have heard something. She looks out the window, her face reflecting back in the dark.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did that community project work out? Judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work, did it? How did it work out? What happened?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
And the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess.
She sighs.
There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris, but what's a snuff milieu? It's a shame about those windows. What's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Wow.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-Roses. This isn't our problem.
There's a similar thing in the cyberpunk books, right? With black brain dances.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
She lets the thought go. Did someone used to make stuffed animals?
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found some mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know insects had any activists or any rights.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
Wow.
And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserved. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea. I don't agree with any of these statements. I don't know with insects. I mean, obviously they are creatures, right? But you know, people take this to varying degrees, don't they? Like, it's not fruitarian. Is it fruitarians? No. I've forgotten what it is, but they only there's certain people who only believe in eating fruit from any produce as long as it's fallen naturally. They won't even pick the fruit or dig out the vegetables. It has to have dropped naturally, right? I've forgotten what they're called. I'm not making fun of them either, but I guess it depends how far you believe the sentience is, right? You know, how far do you take it? in terms of how conscious are these things of their own suffering, I guess. Yeah, got someone took care of the little guys.
Really? Anyway.
She looks at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on its back, legs curled up in a bow tie. They're all part of the world, right?
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
What's with the rotor blades and the skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
The lieutenant is stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Yes. I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up in her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wiro. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
Yeah, I guess that'd be like the what do you call it? Like the art discipline balance. Do you know what I mean? Where like any endeavor really is like a mixture of creativity and discipline, right? Being able to, on the one hand, exercise your creative faculties and be original, but on the other hand, to stick to a schedule and be productive and pragmatic about it, right? It's always that balance. And like, if you end up being too artistic, you don't get anything done. Things take too long. You run out of money. All that kind of thing. If you're too disciplined, nothing's original. It's too rigid, you know. Yeah, liberal as in, yeah, they couldn't stick to a plan.
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What happened?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
The truth's always somewhere in the middle, right?
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
There's always that.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great. You're right, they should have just tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed. I mean, I kind of agree, right? Because they had all the creative elements, they just needed to be a bit more productive, I suppose. Which sounds a bit reductive, right? But they had all the talent, they just needed... Maybe they did need more money, but like we saw the schedule, right? It was becoming more sporadic.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's
No.
the nature of the game.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Alright then.
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth.
Hey, sex sells, right?
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Oh. She leans back, disapproving.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
I know a girl just like that. She works in Frit as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all. It's an award night. It's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you? I don't have an opinion on employing teens. Yeah, Frit do the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT.
Fair enough.
And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about it?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
What?
Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Nods solemnly. It's the market doing its job. The bear was scary. Every time I saw that bear, I felt scared, like it could become alive any moment now. I'm sure the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist?
Megatherian?
Megatherian.
Nods
a
the dice
mega
maker.
wild beast.
That
It's
is...
an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
I think we have one.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Not now, you beast!
What?
You ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a
Oh.
vision beast.
Sorry.
Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do.
It was a hypothetical question. Of course they don't. I'm a normal person and I don't have a vision beast. It was a hypothetical question,
Right.
says the dice maker. She doesn't look entirely convinced.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
Oh, was that her we spoke to? She rubs her forehead. Her scarf has left a faint line on her dusky skin.
I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
So you're telling me that the doorbell with the empty name card was yours. I was wondering about the Whirling in Rags. Is it part of the same building complex? I saw a name East Delta Pinball on the doorbell. A strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream SCA. Someone answered. Okay, so the empty one's you?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
Is the Whirling in Rags part of this building complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom,
Right.
albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Oh god, it's nearly 10 p.m. I saw a name East Delta Pinball on the doorbell.
Right, it used to be a gaming arcade.
Oh, okay.
This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
The lieutenant chips in.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
A strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream. Someone answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years.
Could have been a recorded message. She looks like she doesn't really believe you.
Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
There's a moment before she recognizes the name.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
Yes.
Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
Oh. I'd rather go with Inland Empire. You're right, I probably just got made fun of. May have been some sort of rare electrical anomaly. No, it was something else. Something eerie.
Pranks can be eerie.
She looks as if she's still convinced it's nothing to be worried about.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
Actually, the Slipstream mystery might be a recording. I called again later and got the exact same message.
Why would Slipstream SEA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
He looks around.
Sure, I'm listening.
Got other questions.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know the people that call it? Do you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
She nods as the wind howls in from the furnace shaft above. Wait, how do you explain what happened to all those companies then? Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady?
She raises her
I've heard that her
brows.
business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. The curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fail, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's why I'm here to investigate.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some
Okay.
people say it's part of the building complex.
Yeah, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. You're right, the whirling doesn't really sound like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get to you. I've no doubt about it. It just doesn't care about earthly time frames. I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse. Yeah, let's compliment her. She's been really nice. It's because you're competent.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. I'm starting to see that there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place. I don't know how humorous this is going to come across. This Inland Empire tends to be like painfully serious, right? In its mysticism. I mean, it's this one. This is the truth, right? This world is a puzzling place.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight.
She squints at you from her desk.
Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
She turns back to her work.
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her. The bookstore closes starting 2100. You'll have to do that tomorrow.
Why hasn't her business failed? Shivers. Okay, we can boost that. I'd like to order some dice.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Oh, what the hell? Do you know the we're all untethered setting? I want to die for that. Do you have any cursed dice? Tell me about your most extraordinary one. I'm sorry, I don't actually know what die I want. Just a normal die for me, please. Very regular. I'm looking for something to help me with my work. Yeah, something to help me with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer of her work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in her palm.
Police colours.
Because I'm a copper, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best.
She smiles, almost apologizing.
Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
This is a red check as well. Catch them.
Mr. Smooth moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Say nothing. Act like you've done this 1,000 times. Wink at the dice maker.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
The dice maker winks back at you.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
She closes her desk drawer. Not for now. I wish she had a name. I'll call her ND. Thanks, ND. Right, this was
Kingdom of Conscience.
Interesting. I think this will be a psyche benefit.
The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on earth.
I like this one. This feels more me than a lot of the other things. Moralist dialogue options heal +1 morale. Learning cap for volition raised to 5, and learning cap for logic raised to 5. Was hoping for empathy, but okay. We got a lucky charm. Icosahedral dice set sirens. These two 20-sided dice have the colours of a police alarm. Bloodstone for red and lapis lazuli for blue. If you roll them and squint your eyes, it looks like you're arriving on the scene. And it's raining. Note. Look at the map in your map tab in your journal to see which white checks have opened. Okay. Oh, the perception check. What we're doing for time. Right. Is there anything else in here? Okay, where else was there in here that we could explore? There's still something to do with this password that I'd maybe like to try again. There's another stairwell to inspect, right? This is the gym, yeah. Okay. Man, the music's been really nice here. I think I'm going to try this again. I don't know.
Tiles on the cube are still smouldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
I'm just going to press print and see what happens.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Are you a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well,
Some
I
static.
am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Do you get lonely, Yvonne?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
Fair enough.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
Let's try the password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
Just open it.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
I don't know.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way.
Fortress Accident, thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smouldering.
Where did we get this password from? They have a way of showing up, sure. I think the only thing we can do left in here is go down those stairs and try turning off the ice cream maker and see what it does, if anything. Wait, does this lead anywhere?
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black, the colour of the immeasurable cosmos.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Can we interact with it now? Maybe it'll give more power to the fridge, which is what it maybe needs. Where does this lead? Oh, no way. Right, you're going to go to bed, Kimmy, so I can get up to no good. Oh, we need to go and talk to the smoking guy, right? Yeah, that's what we need to do. We can hold the ledger? No way. Empathy looking nice and strong. Inland Empire, okay. I don't care about authority. Right, guys, I'm going to leave that episode there. I had a really lovely time, actually, speaking to the dice maker. She just had such a soothing voice, right? And the music was really nice, yeah. Excellent. We learned about all the businesses. We got the body in the fridge at last. But now what we need to do, we need to go and talk to... we could talk to Placence tomorrow. But, where is it? Not there now. Excuse me. Yeah, visit apartment 28 sometime after 9 o'clock to see if anyone's home. That's what we'll do in the next episode. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Leave me a like if you did. Just remember, everybody, never trust an on crate. I'll see you back in Revachol.